I had a terrible dream last night. I dreamt that I was wrestling some great slobbering monster. It turned out that it was just Fiona's mutt, Munro, licking and drooling all over my face. But it reminded me of an adventure from my youth. So settle in whilst I tell you the tale of the seven-headed Murgatroyd of Cardigan Valley in North Wales, or, as it's locally known, Llangollen. Forgive my pronunciation, I am not a native. I was on a hiking holiday through Wales, and on one of my stops I heard tell of a village in Cardigan Valley that was being terrorized by this horrific beast. The story had it that many years ago, when mining for coal, they dug too deep, and in the depths they uncovered this unholy beast, the seven-headed Murgatroyd. And whenever they had a lock-in in the local pub, the Gassy Badger, which was practically every night, the seven-headed Murgatroyd would rise from the mine shaft and rampage through the village. 9 good men and 2 excellent women had lost their lives. Well, that was enough for me. I made my way to Cardigan Valley without delay. I came to the pub, which was in a sorry state. You couldn't get a spirit there for love nor money. "I hear you have a little monster trouble," I said. "What of it?" they said, in a Welsh accent. "Who are you, boyo?" "I am Ripper. I am Terror. I am Flasher. I am Farter. I am the bluster in the darkness. The wet beds in the night. I am strength and thrust and power. I am backwash," I said. "I will slay this deadly beast for you." There was much nervous laughter. A man stood, a man they called Hugh the Privy Jones. Now, this wasn't because he was on toilet cleaning duty. It was because he was built like a brick shithouse, hands like shovels, and a set of shoulders as broad as a stone mantelpiece. He said he would be brave enough to take me to the Murgatroyd's mineshaft. He took me up to the shaft, chucked me a rope, and then ran back down the hill. Coward! The descent was perilous and dark, and made all the worse by the fact that I was just wearing shorts, grazed my knees to the bone. Down in the darkness of the cavern, I lit one of my emergency flares that I had with me, in case I got caught short on the hillside. You never know when you might run out of whiskey. At the sight of the light, the creature stirred, and there it stood before me, in all its grisly glory. A foul, stinking, scaled thing it was, its 14 eyes fixed on me. We both stood in silence for a moment. The tension was only broken by the sound of one of us passing wind. I forget which of us it was. At that signal, we commenced a wrestle, which tested every muscle in my then supremely pang physique. Many times it tried to bite me, and I backed it on its nose with a newspaper. Many times it tried to crush me in the coils of its tail, but I wriggled free every time. It was clear that this demon dragon was driven by nothing but hate. My only option was to kill. So I took hold of his foreclaws and then pulled its front legs apart, thus ripping open its ribcage and bursting its heart. It was done. it was over. I had saved Cardigan Valley from further torment. So, drenched in sweat and gore, I staggered back to the pillar of light created by the shaft, only to discover that I hadn't tied the rope off properly on my descent, and the bloody thing had fallen into the cavern after me. I was down there for 5 days. When Hugh finally came to find me and pulled me up, he asked whether I had the beast's head as trophy. I said, of course I pissing haven't. I've eaten the damn thing. I've been down there a week. Now, many people think this tale is too strange to be true, and that the 7-headed Murgatroyd doesn't exist. And they'd be right, but only because it went down very well with the tin of beans. Talking of which, I think it's probably time for breakfast.